Baby Palm Baby. Ghana for Maya ready. You know what time it is. Where you cool the China. Baby Palm Baby.
As a creative, one of my biggest problems was how our story as African creatives, if you search online and all that, the images that come out or the type of stories that come out don't really reflect what's really happening on a creative level on the ground as Africans. And I saw that with Absolut. That's one of the major things you want to push to influence, to change, and to actually represent Africa well. Like, can you shed light on more of that?
I mean, the whole idea around this one source thing is obviously rewriting the African creative narrative, and I think one of the things that we had to do was to change that the way the world perceives Africa, and the way that we're seen as Africans in terms of our creativity and what we define as creativity. So one of the initiatives that we've got that we're doing is the Google intervention. So essentially what it is we're trying to sort of change the way that Google spits out the results when you search for African art. So if you go into Google right now, you search African art, you search Ghanaian art, South African art, whatever country plus the word art, the answers or the image results that come back are sort of those typical African ones. So it's the giraffes with the sunsets and that curio style, where yes, that's part of what African creativity is, but that's not fully reflective of where we've evolved to.
Urban Africa is totally in a totally different space. If you come here, you see the energy in our streets, the authenticity in our music, and if you even go to galleries and all that, we're not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, some people are still there, but a lot of us have evolved, and that's exciting. But have you been winning with that?
Look, it's working, but the way that the algorithm for Google actually works means it's a process that's probably going to take a lot longer than our campaign period. So this is something that we're going to run even beyond One Source Live. So, the guys can go to www.onesourcelive.com, and on that page you can start engaging with the Google intervention as well. So voting for the artwork that you would like to see when we search for African art.
Wait, so can we actually rehearse that? We can participate?
Yeah.
Confirm?
Confirm.
Okay, let's rehearse how I can participate.
So the way that you can participate is simple. So simply go to www.onesourcelive.com, and on the page you'll find the Google intervention on there. And what you can then do is when you open that page, it'll show you a gallery of images that we've curated from the artists that we're working with and some of the lead revolutionaries in the creative space, and you can actually upvote their imagery to start coming up higher in the results of Google Image Search.
I'm super excited about the One Source Live, the event that's coming up, and you're going to be doing this in a lot of regions.
Yeah,
correct.
So from a One Source Live perspective, the main event is going to be in Johannesburg.
There we go.
But we are going to take a little bit of a teaser to Durban, actually as of this weekend.
Okay.
And then another teaser in Johannesburg, just in case somebody is not completely sold on the concept. They can come experience it.
How can they not be sold? If they can buy into Black Panther, I'm sure they can buy into One Source Live.
So those are the two lead-ups that we're going to have, and then obviously on the 24th of March, the main event.
The main event. Kulichan is there.
Kulichan.
Who else is there?
So we've got Kulichan, we've got Pataranki.
No, you gotta say this right. You gotta say this is a bit of, you're selling the event now. Alright, so. Let's do this right. Alright? So, One Source Live, 24 March.
Right.
Kulichan is there.
Kulichan.
Who else is there?
Kulichan is going to be there. The lead revolutionaries, we've got Shoma Josie.
Hey now.
Hey, yeah?
Yeah.
Got Shoma Josie there.
What does she do? What does Shoma Josie?
I mean, she's the electric rapper that raps in song.
Let him know.
South Africa. So she'll be there. She'll be curating her own stage. So on her stage, she's being really secretive about what she's doing. And only artists.
So it's a surprise.
It's a surprise to us as well. So the only person she's revealed to us is Youngster, who will be part of her stage. The balance of the guys, she says she will let us know as we get closer to the time. So I'm excited about that as well. Kulichana on his stage, he's got Pataranki. The dragon.
Oh, okay.
The head honcho.
Oh.
So he's going to have Pataranki on his stage. He's got some of the bigger guys as well. So, DJ Mapurisa will also be on that stage. We've got some something really special that we're working on that I can't actually talk about just yet.
Can you tease?
No. No.
Alright. I tried.
I should mention it.
I tried. I tried.
Yeah. And then obviously we've got Trevor Steelman, who's working on something really, really cool for his interpretation of his African sort of creative narrative. So he's going to be building a installation, doing some sort of fashion show that's still very conceptual in his head as well. We've got Osborne Macheria.
I'm excited about that.
I'm here for a portrait from Osborne.
Like I'm super excited about that, dude. When I saw the lineup, at first I was like, how did they choose this people? But when it started to make sense, like, oh snap.
So as like Osborne's role on the feature film that we did, as well as the art.
How did that do?
The feature film's doing amazingly well. Very similar to what we did with the music video with Kulichana, which won a Cannes Lion last year. We sort of took that narrative and moved it forward and sort of evolved it by introducing the four new guys, Shoma Josie, Trevor Steelman, Fabrice Montero from Senegal, who's an amazing artist in his own right, and Osborne Macheria. So Osborne actually worked on a previous campaign as well.
Got you.
So that was sort of the evolution of that. Osborne is going to be doing sort of interactive live installation as well, so everybody can get involved while they're at the festival. And similarly Fabrice as well. Fabrice is sort of like a artistic sort of philanthropist. And everything he does actually makes a statement. So like some of the work that he's done sort of speaks to environmental issues, but in a really artistic way. So they'll all be doing these amazing installations there. And we're going to be bringing out some young and up-and-coming fashion designers to sort of come and display their ways as well.
The next. You should always make way for the next.
Exactly. Yeah. So we need to know who the next revolutionaries are going to be. So that's what we're working on.
I like how throughout this whole campaign you keep using revolutionaries, and Kulichana even mentions it's an African Renaissance and all that. Those are key words.
Yeah.
And I believe like the revolutionaries are sort of like taking Africa from where it was perceived, how it was perceived, to where we are now. But you cannot do that without really pointing at all the things that are happening in Africa now, politically, culturally, and all of that. What do you think will be the impact in relation to what's happening now? For example, in South Africa, you now have new leadership and things are just shifting.
I think the shift that's happening just in general in Africa is sort of us coming into our own, and the more we come into our own, the more we start to own sort of our Africanness, the more we're more comfortable taking it sort of forward and taking it to the rest of the world. I think from a change perspective, especially in South Africa, I think there's a lot of things that are now going to start working in favor of bettering things like education, bettering things like the arts and the culture, bits of sort of general South African sort of day-to-day life. From the Absolut perspective as well, I think that then gives us an even bigger platform and sort of a bigger role and responsibility to ensure that we continue to drive what we're driving right now.
So let's sell this thing one last time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're not going to charge you any ads for this. We just want to sell it.
Okay.
All right. 24 March.
24 March.
What's happening?
24 March. Johannesburg. Number 1 Elof in Duranfontein. One Source Live.
One Source Live. The keyword is live. It's live. It's happening right now.
This is
in the moment.
All of the stuff that we talk about to life. Art, fashion, music, creativity, all of Africa's best creatives coming together to do something really, really amazing.
I like that. Thank you so much for passing by. Brand manager for Absolut, and thank you so for all the fantastic things you're doing. We're just whispering with the boys before you came that are we gonna get bottles out of this? Okay, you better stare at the guys. Please stare at the guys. Are we gonna get bottles out of this?
I think just look, the bottles aren't an issue. And talk about
no. Can you say it on camera? Please say it on camera. You heard the man. He's gonna get us bottles, everybody. But thank you so much for passing by. I'm super excited. And all the best.
Thanks.
Be Absolut.
Be Absolut.